here tonight.
Yeah, and Kevin, who's got next? I mean, some gifted players here answering in the affirmative.
And the starting group for the Spurs. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Kessel. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. And it's Biyombo at the 5 roaming the paint.
During one of the league's most powerful players, he doesn't mess around close to the basket.
Paul with the ball. Over Harris. The shot by Paul, no good. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Out to the right wing. Barnes against Hardaway. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Paul. Pass to Barnes. And Thompson sends it back. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Castle. Guarded by Hardaway. Here's Biyombo.
Love how physical Thompson can be as a defender. He wants that stop at all costs. Just a bit of a rut here early, just 1 of 4 so far.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Tone setting right here early. Love that tenacity.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
So it's Detroit now, following the bucket by the Spurs. And Duran slams it in.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Castle, guarded by Hardaway. From the stripe, Vassell outside. Second chance shot. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Fires the 3. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel-good.
For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And here's Barnes for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
Barnes keeps competing out there. When you sink a 3 on him, he's going to come back and try to make you pay.
Thompson finds Cunningham. Vassell against Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 3rd assist on the night. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Thompson. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Jeremy Sohan's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Paul outside. Pass to Castle. A three-pointer off the mark. Detroit leading by 3. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. Now, Coach had nothing but respect when it came to Chris Paul. He said every aspiring young point guard should study CP3. He's an ideal floor general, a fierce competitor, and he always seems to make the right play. It's going to take a team effort defensively to slow down his impact. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And that's what Paul does best, giving his man a great scoring opportunity.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that Bad Boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the Bad Boys.
And how about Cade just pushing through that time to finish it off?
1:53 left here in the opening quarter. Offensive rebound. It's deflected. Out to Harris. From downtown. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Paul passes to Sohan. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's some classic Chris Paul in action, reading the floor and finding the opening.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Paul with the bucket.
Well, the defense has to stay up on Chris Paul. When he sees separation, he's going to find an angle to get you.
Hardaway dishes to Beasley. Pass to Duran. For 3, Harris nailed from three-point land.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's Castle. 6 points for him. All up top, covered by Cunningham. Here's Biyombo. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Stewart's checked in for Duran. Holland comes in for Tobias Harris. Thompson, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cunningham. Stewart off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, get off Isaiah Stewart. Getting it done.
Here's Paul. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Pass to Johnson. Over Thompson. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Paul.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. It's San Antonio leading by 3. Live from Little... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Spurs?
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
Dennis Schroeder is out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Holland. Then it's Asar Thompson. And it's Stewart in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Thompson passes to Schroeder. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet. Schroeder's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Detroit. Wesley against Schroeder. Drives to the hoop. And it's Wesley missing. The Pistons trailing. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us, perfect. Puts the move on, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Thompson for the triple. Barnes grabs the miss.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
It's Wesley on the wing. Off target with his 3. Pistons trailed by 3. Here's Schroeder. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Schroeder's got his second basket. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now Wesley. Still yet to score. Sohan with the ball. Holland with the rebound.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Well, this time Harrison Barnes using some of his physical advantages to bully the defense or at least get them on their heels.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And a different look here for the Pistons. Duren, he's checked in for Holland. Harris comes in for Thompson. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Malik Beasley. And it's Cunningham in for Dennis Schroeder. Basket good.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
It's deflected.
But Stewart hustling over. He saw that shot coming, and he was there for the taking.
Here's Duren. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pistons.
I love the defensive concentration so far in this one. They're getting out on shooters and really doing a great job of disrupting the rhythm.
They've done a great job tonight of getting out in transition, so that focus on fast break will add to your total in a hurry.
Harris, no good. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Castle. He has 6, and it's Biyombo with the jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Hardaway from outside gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
That's one of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s favorite shots. Not just the ones that go in, but from that spot on the floor.
Paul passes to Sohan. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Over in the corner, Cunningham. Hardaway against Paul. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The Pistons shooting their first free throw of the night here. Thompson, he's checked in for the Pistons. And San Antonio also making a switch. Barnes is checked in.
1 shot.
And that one misses.
And you gotta love a vet like Tim Hardaway Jr. He knows the game well, knows how to go out there and produce for his team.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for San Antonio. Trailing here by 8. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. To the paint, here's Duren. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Duren's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pistons. San Antonio's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4.
They worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Barnes screen on Hardaway. Here's Castle. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. And the basket by Castle.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Pass to Castle. Fires from deep. Paul can't get it to go. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And now let's catch up with David. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome, everyone. Depth has been the key for them so far. They've gotten a nice spark from their second unit, especially at the offensive end.
And now here's something that's always interesting. Let's see what the fans are up to on social media. All right, Court Cam Sam wants to know, who's the better actor? And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've seen Jalen Duren really having a great game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
On the court right now for the Spurs. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. And it's Biyombo at the center, filling out the middle. On the wing, Harris, covered by Barnes. A nice shot by Harris.
Beautiful in the mid-range there. Sometimes it looks automatic for Tobias Harris.
Spurs trail by 6. Paul right side. Vassell outside. Pass to Castle. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Shot from the inbound. Castle misses. Pistons leading by 6. Here's Duren. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. Vassell outside. Back the ball. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
Paul is truly the prototypical point guard. He's got a high IQ, takes care of the ball, and he prioritizes setting up his teammates.
Free throw good, Paul.
And there is this sense that every team that Paul has been on, he's just made them better. A testament to his leadership and obvious selfless attitude. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. It's pretty much automatic.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. first minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Cunningham. And ranked among the top 10 in scoring, he can fill it up with the best of them.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists right now. He does a great job of running the offense, spotting the open guy, and making the sound delivery. Barnes outside. Here's the screen. It's the three-point bomb. Barnes has got his third bucket of the night.
The defense better recognize that Harrison Barnes more than capable from there.
Cunningham outside. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 7-point differential. To the middle. No good. Great defense that time from Duren. Here's Harris. Rebound San Antonio.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Tobias Harris, over the course of his career, has played a lot at both forward positions. He says, I'm comfortable playing both of them. I'm not big on the position thing. I'm versatile. Kevin, he's just a basketball player and a very, very good one.
I would agree, David. I know you like him. We like him as well. A very skilled one at that. Thank you very much. Here's Barnes. Rebounded by the Pistons. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lets the 3 fly. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Barnes against Harris. To the inside. And it's blocked.
And that length of Duren enables him to deliver an emphatic denial.
Yeah, easy call.
The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And he knocks down the first one. Beasley's checked in for the Pistons. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Cunningham. Then for the Spurs, Jeremy Sohan comes in for Devin Vassell. And it's Johnson in for Castle. Detroit leading by 7. Back to Duren. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Duren's got 17.
What a game for Duren so far. He is cooking and just going right at the defense.
And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his 2nd season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league. And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
And when it comes to Jalen Duren, Brent, is it fair to say some teams regretted not drafting him?
Well, maybe a handful, Kevin. I mean, there's a particular way that you want to play or use that position with how you get out there offensively. Jalen is a proven big. This guy is physical, strong, and can rebound, and it gives you a different presence on the inside.
Detroit making a switch here. Stewart's checked in. Spurs also with the sub. Champagne's checked in. Stewart, good on the triple. Stewart's got his 2nd basket of the game.
How about Stewart stretching out the defense, and not something we see from him a ton of times.
Paul for 3, sinks the triple.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Stewart misses.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Johnson can't hit. Pistons leading by 5. Beasley kicks it over to Schroeder. Shot's good by Duren. Duren's got 9 points now in just the 2nd half.
Once Duren gets that kind of positioning inside, not much you're going to do defensively.
Pass to Sohan. And Johnson now top of the key. Some solid defense from Harris. Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. This one for 3. And Duren slams it in.
And Duren has that length to corral anything around the basket.
And here is Paul. 10 points for him. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. He takes it in. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Stewart with it. Sohan's there. Beasley for 3. Rebound San Antonio. Here's Champagny. Here's Sohan. Banked in off the glass. Sohan's got 6.
Now, say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Pistons lead by 7. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. We've got Beasley. Holland is out there with Fontecchio. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Fontecchio, he's guarded by Johnson. And it's Fontecchio missing. Spurs trail by 7. With the drive, uses both hands to slam it down.
An emerging part of his game. Johnson's becoming a better playmaker.
Beasley outside. Traps in the tray. Beasley's got his first 3 points of the game.
Have to get out on him. He'll burn you from there repeatedly.
Here's McLaughlin. He's guarded by Schroeder. Sohan, the pass to McLaughlin. No good on the 3. Detroit leading by 8. Here's Holland. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Champagny passes to Bassi. Stewart with the steal. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. Here's Fontecchio. They get it again. And Stewart gets it to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's McLaughlin. He's guarded by Schroeder. Johnson outside. Looking to end the run. Bangs home the trifecta.
A priority for Johnson, continuing to work on his jumper, especially off the catch like there.
Fontecchio finds Schroeder. There's the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Schroeder's got the lead up to 12 now for Detroit.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's McLaughlin, and that one is hammered home.
And your point guard's gotta be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And the Pistons, entirely new group now out there. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. During that last break, I listened in to J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. Now, he reminded his team, keep looking for the deep ball. If the 3 is there, take it. You've done a good job getting those looks, so keep taking them. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. Hardaway passes to Duren. Paul with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. Pass to Castle. Back to Paul. Plays it up and banks it in. Paul's got 9 points here in the second half.
Chris Paul adept at finding space down low, and that time found a way to get it done.
Here's Harris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot?
All game long, they've just done a great job of keeping the pressure on the defense and penetrating with the pass. They've gotten everything inside, and they've converted there.
So he gets them both.
He's just one of those veterans you can count on from the line. Harris really makes an impact from the strike.
Here's Castle. And that one hits back iron.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they just give away.
And slam dunk by Harris.
That's a strong finish from Tobias Harris.
Spurs trail by 12. Here's Castle. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Cunningham outside. Thompson in the corner. Outside Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
San Antonio basketball.
Spurs have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. The kick out to Barnes. Cans it from downtown.
Well, when Harrison Barnes makes shots like that, confidence grows. He's feeling it. Teammates are going to start feeding off of that.
Thompson finds Cunningham. For 3, Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 7th assist in the game. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Here's Castle. Rebounded by Hardaway.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Detroit.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jalen Duren.
It was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
Here's Castle. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference.
Substitution on the floor.
Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin.